tell his cultists to stand by. I guess this is what happens when they jump into action. Are the Electoral College votes secure? Yeah, they were rushed out at the very, very beginning of this. It was one of the first things that happened. They took the ballots out very, very, very early. And there are conflicting reports right now as far as the National Guard. Clearly the military is needed here.
Business has to be conducted, people's lives and affairs have to be respected, and security has to be respected. And that's not happened. That's not what's happened today. This has been an overrunning of security way beyond what anyone expected. The level of security at the Capitol was not sufficient to meet the level of protesters who showed up determined to get in. They were clearly just not prepared. Perhaps it didn't want to believe that people would take the steps that they have taken today. By the way, I should say that I'm told there is another report. A spokesperson for Speaker Nancy Pelosi reports that she is safe somewhere in or around the Capitol. That's one report we are seeing, and we know that Vice President Pence was escorted to a safe location, as was Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa. He's the Senate President pro tem, the highest-ranking member of the Senate by virtue of seniority. You're watching live pictures of the Capitol in the hour or so. It's now 3:22 in the afternoon Eastern Time. It's been at least an hour or so since, more than that, since protesters broke into the Capitol building, walked through, ran through in an effort to do we don't know what other than occupy the building, to be there, to express their anger, their disappointment that President Trump was not re-elected. We've seen people unhappy over election results before, but not to the level of essentially tearing down or rampaging through the United States Capitol, which is the building that is supposed to bring us all together. Republicans, Democrats come together to hash out the great issues of our time, to reach agreement or not, to argue, to debate the issues that matter in the lives of all Americans. And instead, what we've seen is mob rule, mass protest.
Oh shit! You guys haven't been able to hear me.
There haven't been more incidents.
I've been rambling on and on. You guys haven't been able to hear me. I apologize. This is insane. This is fucking crazy. I can't even believe that this is happening. I just can't.
Violence. We're waiting to find out more about the individual who was shot inside the Capitol. I want to go back to the two gentlemen who are veterans of working on Capitol Hill. John Hart, who worked for Republican Tom Coburn, Democrat Danny Weiss worked for House Speaker Nancy Pelosi as her chief of staff. Danny, I didn't get a chance to come to you a few minutes ago, but I have to keep asking the two of you, what do you make of this as someone who knows that building and knows the work that goes on inside there day after day?
Unfortunately, I was speaking for about 10 minutes. Nobody heard me.
It's extremely disheartening, and it's scary. There are a few things I've been thinking about. One is it's really unbelievable that the Capitol Police appear to have been unprepared. There have been a number of occasions where the Capitol Police have been significantly dressed down for failing to have proper procedures, and then they take better procedures. And again, members of Congress are dependent on the Capitol Police and the Sergeant at Arms for their security. It's difficult to second guess the police. However, after 9/11, there was a significant dressing down of the police because there was no evacuation process in place. There were, as I said earlier, police with guns running down the hallway, knocking on your door, yelling at you to run. and that was considered to be extremely inappropriate way to get people safely evacuated. The next thing that's going to happen is that, first of all, we don't know how the rest of the day is going to unfold. And in order for Congress to resume its work, the entire Capitol building will have to be cleared and swept. You don't know what anyone has brought into the building at this point. You don't know if anyone has found a place to hide in the building, and the police know that, and they know that it's going to take some time to restore the building and make sure that it's completely secure. The vice president cannot be in the House chamber if it has not been swept ahead of time. And now you have people who have not gone through security that are on the House floor. So when we get past this day and perhaps this week, not knowing how it's going to unfold, you're going to see a much tighter security apparatus at the Capitol on top of the tight security that's already there. An average person can't just walk into the building. When I first came to Washington, I remember going to see former Congressman Claude Pepper lay in state in the rotunda, right up the steps that you're showing in your screen right now. And I could just walk right up the steps and go right into the rotunda. And we've had a lot more security added since then, and regrettably, we're going to have a lot more added now.
Danny Weiss worked as Chief of Staff to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi up until 2019. A couple things I'm seeing right now. Speaker Pelosi has asked for the National Guard to help clear the Capitol. So some of the law enforcement...
Yeah, I was going to say PBS is starting to bore me. You said ignoramus. I hope they don't strike me, though. Yo, that's inside the building.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's empty! Let's get out! Let's work! Where are your fucking people? I want you to be fighting!
Dude's got 27,000 people watching him. Right before I went live, 3 people have been shot, was what I heard.
Open the door! We did a great job. We're trying to get out.
CK, that just made me laugh really hard out loud.
Shame on you! 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 You guys stood it up! You are right! You're supposed to protect us! Round two. Leave it. Go leave it. This is the end of democracy. End of democracy. Don't be pissed at us later when our country fucking cracks. You are going to regret it. You are going to regret it. Every single one of you is going to regret it. The country will crack. Yes, because of what you're doing. You are getting There's that scumbag up there taking selfies.
Chessie, see, I'm thinking the same thing. Like, what is the point? Like, where do they think this is going to go? They're going to think a couple of hundred people show up at the White House or Capitol Hill and all of a sudden, okay, Trump's going to be president? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't get the whole point of what they're trying to do or what their goal is. What's happening is a lot of Trump supporters went over to Capitol Hill thinking that, I don't know, they can change the world and they can change the debate and a couple thousand. And now all of a sudden they think they're going to overthrow the government and like it's complete fucking chaos.
We're getting forced out of here about that.
And 3 people have been shot already.
All right, guys, let's go. Let's go. Officer.
You know, Super Mario, it's funny that you say that because I want to ask that exact question to outsiders. What do you guys think of this? Is this like people that don't live in America or the U.S.? Is this like the most insane thing you've ever seen? Like, because I agree with you, Super Mario. This is like a complete mockery to our entire system. And it's just not faring well at all.
One of the last people left in here.
Hey,
Oh, all right.
We are the new conservatives!
All right.
Good job, man.
Okay, that was intense. Guys, if I have to put in one more full day as a nurse in the hospital, I'm going to post another Instagram video.
I guess. Somebody died. I know, because I was standing up on the front of the cabin. Yeah, light bulb was tracking me down.
Like a baton, the other guy next to me left his fucking shit wide open.
I can't see the chat anymore, y'all. Thank you for coming, everyone. That was so epic. Historic day. Steven is my name. Looks like we got a lot of new people here.
Chick, I'm not going to agree or disagree with you yet, but it hasn't happened yet. So we can't predict what's going to happen if it hasn't happened yet. That's all I'm going to say.
You guys gonna try to get in?
I just came out.
Yeah.
Pointless is an understatement. It is beyond pointless.
Not enough, though.
I sent you a thing. I sent you a thank you in Discord, and I said I am so sorry to hear about your uncle. Let me just say this. Super Mario brought up a really good point, and I hate to admit this, but it's true. If this was all blacks, you know what would happen? They'd be tasered, and they would be fucking gassed already. So why they're allowing this, you know what? I don't know. But I hate to say it, but Super Mario was right. If this was all blacks, we would not even be watching this. They would have been tasered and gassed already, so they would have been gone. Sad but true.
I got some on my hat too.
They make it out like Biden is not from the USA or something. I mean, this is so stupid.
If we would have waited, what I kept telling everybody was we just kept giving up in the room. No. We should have been advancing.
You know what? That's a good point. That people are going to leave the Republican Party in drones, and sad but true. Maybe that was his plan. I meant droves, not drones.
It's all good, man.
Alright, so I've just been told the Army is reportedly activating the entire D.C. National Guard, the Virginia National Guard, and hundreds of state troopers are being sent to the Capitol. So we'll see.
USA!
Soldier, you're right. Lanky Tor is probably freaking out right now. You're right about that.
Everybody, I'm Steven. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to history.
Thank you, Kazi.
Please subscribe to my channel. I do streams almost every day. We ain't here for all that bullshit. Are you the real Pepe? Are you the real Pepe?
Oh,
You're the
yeah,
original one? You're the live action one, yeah. So
live action Pepe.
Pepe in the house.
Formed officers into the Capitol to calm things down. So, Lisa Desjardins, you are inside the Capitol complex. Tell us what you've learned at this point. Lisa.
Yeah, you know, right now, a few staffers are starting to venture a little bit out of their offices, go into other offices. There are a few people in the halls, but generally, this is what it looks like in the Capitol. You know, just a few people, and you know, on any other day, any other period of time, this would be completely abnormal. But this is what the Capitol has looked like during the coronavirus. One thing about the timing of this today that has meant fewer people were affected than would have been affected a year ago is that many of the congressional offices have either no staff or very little staff because of the coronavirus. So many people in the Capitol complex, like so many Americans, are working remotely. Capitol
All right, is there a reason why she has to tell everyone she's a Democrat? USAD? I'm assuming that's USA Democrat, maybe?
Probably the most I've seen of staff in a year, and that's because it's the first week of Congress and it is the Electoral College certification. So fewer staff are here than usual, but more than we've seen during most of the coronavirus. One other note, Judy, I have seen Capitol Police gathering in a stairwell in the building that I am at. They clearly are trying to figure out their next steps. They are organizing. You know,
Hey, not my verbiage.
They have a job to do, but I can tell you that they're organizing. They are gathering in their groups here. I don't know what their next step are, but they're clearly trying to.
Yeah, but Art, that's like a target. Like, why would you put a target on your face? Because that's basically what she's doing.
Has been there for us on the inside as our eyes and ears. Lisa reporting on there are law enforcement trying to get things under control. We know that both the governor of Virginia, Ralph Northam, as I reported a few minutes ago, said he's sending in the National Guard from his state. I now know I can report that from Maryland, the governor of Maryland, Larry Hogan, has said that Maryland is sending in state troopers and National Guard as well to help get the Capitol, get the Washington, D.C., and get the United States Capitol under control, under a safe, to a position where it's safe for people to be there. I just want to share also the New York Times is reporting, Maggie Haberman, who typically covers the White House, is reporting an explosive device was found at the Republican National Committee and detonated safely. So that's another development we will be following today.
Putting ourselves back in power endlessly, and this has to stop. Yes. USA! 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 is real. The steel 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 is real.
They're saying the steal is real. They're talking about steal a presidency.
Everybody, we're gonna take these fucking traitors down. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Lock them up.
That must be the National Guard.
Make a hole. Make a hole, everybody. Make a hole. Make a hole. Make a hole. Make a hole. Make a hole.
And look at that guy with the gas mask.
Peaceful protest.
Why is this going down?
Dude, the guy knew he needed a gas mask. That's insane.
I would think I was in there though. I was in there for over an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
They let them out. I think they're letting them out again.
Oh, okay.
These cops are gonna come out. Make the hole, everybody. Make the hole.
I think they're. By the end of the day, everyone better be inside this motherfucking building, man.
Yeah, it was intense in there.
What was it like?
Chaos. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was cops were working with. Yeah, I don't know, man. You get in the chamber. There's no service, so I didn't go in the chamber. But people went upstairs. Cops had their guns drawn upstairs. A couple cops were working with a couple of the oath keepers. It wasn't like just like two sides. It was chaos, man. There was tear gas. They're shooting pepper bullets and shit.
How far did people get?
What?
How far did people get?
I don't know because I never went into the big room. As soon as it happened, it took my stream down, so I just stayed out. But far, I mean, people kept pouring out. At least like a couple hundred people got into the main chamber or whatever.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, not Congress chamber, but like the chamber outside of that, you know.
Everybody spread out. Everybody spread out. He's got to show you what I'm about.
Got a weapon. She has a knife. That bitch has a knife and a taser.
Damn, woman.
She got a knife in her hand. What is her problem? She mind her own business.
This was nice.
What is her problem?
Put the knife away! Are you crazy? Put the knife away, please!
Crazy bitch!
Why are we here? You're holding a knife!
You're a crazy bitch! Someone take the crazy bitch down!
Chandra, I said that before. I said if this was all blacks, they would already be tasered, gassed out, shot, and gone away already. And they're not doing shit.
I'm rolling. Alright, let me get through here.
Make a hole!
if things don't go through this, you get the fuck out of here, okay? Like, seriously. They throw right in the This is getting a little bit unpeaceful.
Dude, that's the scariest person of the day right there. Wow. Holy shit. Just some little lady with a knife, man. Just freaking out. Yeah. Same.
Just tweeted at the discretion of Trump that the National Guard will be coming to clear us all out. I'm just saying. It's not. It's here, but it's not. They clear us out. We need to go take down MSNBC, CNN, and all where all this shit started, and put out the fire. CNN sucks! They started it with the George Floyd shit by not telling the whole story. And the impeachment, the BLM. We need to go to the media outlets, MSN. Take them out. Fox News, CNN, take them out. What they're going to do is right now is the National Guard is going to try and clear us out. It's not going to give them pay. It's your own discretion. I'm telling you, we should have did it a long time ago. Cut the snake out, the tongue out of the snake. That's all I'm saying.
Anybody seen those
That's what I'm saying. I think we should be good. I'm in there.
You're welcome, Just Angel.
Is that another door? No, they've got that one locked down. Where's the mask?
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Oh, it's fight breaking out.
Carol Baskin! kids. Brooklyn too. Keep Pelosi. I don't think anybody here likes that bitch anyway.
We're good. It's funny we're here and all I can think about is if I got a parking ticket.
Good luck.
Right here, guys. We're coming here.
Is the National Guard coming? Yeah.
30 trucks. Word I just got from my cousin in Texas.
All right.
Not really break me, but yeah, trying to get in our house. Shot her in
This lady? There? Yeah. I didn't see her.
All right, what did you say? Biden speaking?
Majesty of American democracy. But today's reminder, a painful one, that democracy is fragile, and to preserve it requires people of goodwill, leaders with the courage to stand up, who are devoted not to the pursuit of power, or the personal interest pursuits of their own selfish interest at any cost, but of the common good. Think what our children watching television are thinking. Think what the rest of the world is looking at. For nearly 2.5 centuries, we, the people, in search of a more perfect union, have kept our eyes on that common good. America is so much better than what we've seen today. Watching the scenes from the Capitol, I was reminded as I prepared other speeches in the past, I was reminded of the words of Abraham Lincoln in his annual message to Congress, whose work has today been interrupted by chaos. Here's what Lincoln said. He said, "We shall nobly save or merely lose the last best hope on earth." Went on to say, "The way is plain, peaceful, generous, just, a way which, if followed, the world will forever applaud and God must forever bless." The way is plain here, too. That's who we are. It's the way of democracy, of respect, of decency, of honor, and commitment as patriots to this nation. Notwithstanding what I saw today and we're seeing today, I remain optimistic about the incredible opportunities. There has never been anything we can't do when we do it together. And this god-awful display today is bringing home to every Republican and Democrat and Independent in the nation that we must step up. This is the United States of America. There's never, ever, 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 ever been a thing we've tried to do that we've done it together. We've not been able to do it. So, President Trump, step up. May God bless America. May God protect our troops and all those folks at the Capitol who are trying to preserve order. Thank you, and I'm sorry to have kept you waiting.
Joe Biden talking to the press there in Wilmington, Delaware. The president-elect calling on President Trump to speak on national television to order his supporters to leave the Capitol. We heard Joe Biden describe what he called disorder and chaos at the Capitol. He said this borders on sedition. It must end. I call on this mob, I'm reading Joe Biden's words, to pull back. And he went on to speak about the words of a president matter, to cite the many ways President Trump has called on his supporters to challenge the election results. He spoke about the need now for Americans to come together. He said the work that we're going to have to do in coming.
We stopped them. At least they stopped when they were doing that. At least they Sit down. Sit down if you have fucking inside, dude. What does it mean? Inside.
You can come up and go around that way. The view is pretty good.
She's nice. What a nice lady.
That's one of the problems. Oh man, what a good video. But anyway, that guy there, he started it. I'm sorry, the Proud Boys instigated this situation. But he pulled the knife.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, when this first went down,
We are at the U.S. Capitol, son.
Chick, I agree with that statement.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Smoke is over there now. Tear gas from inside the Senate building.
O sea, eres como buena gente, quieres que los demás tengan, no sé qué sea, te importa la gente.
Who's that guy with the megaphone?
If you have a news camera, I want you to pull it right up there at the top of these stairs, okay? Pay attention, everybody. This government has been taken over by tyrannical dissidents to our Constitution, and we're not going to put up with this trash anymore. Okay? My name's David Bexley, and I'm sick and tired of this trash. My 9-year-old son is going to grow up in a communist nation if we don't turn this back. We want the resignation of Mike Pence. We want the resignation of Nancy Pelosi. We want the resignation of Mitch McConnell. We want the resignation of Chuck Schumer. We want the resignation of all these Democrats. They said that they were going to make this joke of an election true. That's a flipping lie. We're not taking this back. Don't you think swinging on the show we're such a crowd? This crowd is 29 game. And guess what? It's going to just keep on coming back until this unconstitutional government yields to this Constitution of this country. USA! 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 The COVID-19 vaccine will not be mandatory. Yeah! It will be available to those that wish to take it, and you will never be coerced into taking it by means of exclusion.
Don't recommend.
Proof of vaccination will never be required, ever, for anything, including in school. School districts worldwide, effective immediately, will begin to prepare for full in-school learning. Governments and police are not the enemy.
Let him finish. Let him talk.
Police and governments are being used as a means of control and fear against the citizens. Everyone involved with the corruption will turn themselves in, or the citizens will assist you. Word! Word! I can't promise you it'll be pretty, but it will be just. Yes, sir. All taxes, fees, tariffs, duties, and tolls deemed unnecessary by the citizens will be eliminated.
Taxation is theft anyway.
All debts, public and private, contracts and obligations, and anything of the like, as of today, will be wiped clean. Yes, globally. This is an economic reset.
Sir, what is your name?
Everyone will be free of debt and will start back at zero.
Sir, what is your name? Retribution!
Everything on earth will now be 50% off.
What?
In every market.
You got trolling us?
From materials to manufacturing to to shipping, to retail, all the way to the consumer. Every single person gets a break.
What is your name, sir?
What's your name?
What is your name, sir?
He's like, Kmart?
Say your name again. This will not affect income. As people will be spending more money,
That just turned so fast.
making up the difference for the loss.
Can you tell us your name, please?
Who are you?
My name.
Say it again.
Thank you.
What is your name, sir?
Aside from military installations, there will no longer be territorial limitations or border restrictions. We will now be free to roam the ocean.
I don't know what the fuck is going on here. What is this, dude? What just happened?
What's he talking about?
He said a bunch of stuff that they're either demands or things that are going to happen. And when we started being all weirded out, he said all goods in America are going to be 50% off.
To me, it sounds like a social.
Pay attention here for just a second.
Well, he just talked about the
Do you
elimination
guys
of
remember when they came out and said we got coronavirus and we're all gonna fucking die, right? They said that they were gonna, the coronavirus would kill up to possibly
Yeah, I don't know.
5%
That was
of
some
the
weird
US
stuff, man.
population.
Woo!
Appeal to moderates in the state of Georgia. She, as it turned out, became a huge supporter of President Trump. She's espoused his false claims that the election was stolen from him. She is expected to be one of the members of the Senate who object to the, or the senator who objects to the electoral vote count in the state of Georgia. That was supposed to happen this afternoon. Of course, all that has been put on hold by the protests that we've seen, that we've been covering, the takeover of the Capitol, or the, I should say, the breach of the Capitol by President Trump's supporters, and a completely unexpected turn of events, violent turn of events that has led to the shooting of at least one protester, 6 people hospitalized. I've also seen reports in the last few minutes that some uniformed police have been injured, uniformed officers, that is, have been injured, and we're waiting to find out more. Lisa Desjardins, do you have something new for us from inside the Capitol complex?
Yes, a few things, Judy. Take off my mask because there's no one near me, and it took me this long to realize that. But I can report that a large number of U.S. senators are now sheltering in place in a secure location. I'm not going to give that location. I know what that location is. On this side of the Capitol, on the House side, I've seen Capitol Police seem to be going through the building, checking for members of Congress. I assume that they are going to offer them the chance to also go to a secure location, but I didn't want to get in the way. I didn't follow.
surrounded.
Why did you come here? What did you expect? Just take a couple pictures and leave?
The fucking show because we came in the door deep, 200, 300, 400. It's not over. All we did was walk in the door. We are still going to vote, and we still have to continue to show our support to Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the only one that is continuously fighting for our liberties, for our Constitution. We have to continue what little bit we can do, which is continue to show our support.
Sorry, guys. Got to plug in my phone. Thanks for coming, everyone. Welcome to all the new people. I appreciate all the mods helping out. What a historic day. What's there to even say about it? I recommend you look into this guy called Jesus Christ. That's my plug. Also visit freedomscoop.com. Actually, you guys broke the site, so maybe you can't, but subscribe to my channel.
So dude is a religious buff? I did not see it, Brandy. I think this guy's done. Hold on. Is there anything else?
It's choppy, guys. Sub to the channel in case it gets taken down. Sub on D-Lab too. This might go down. There's cop cars everywhere. There's on the perimeter. There's been rumors of the National Guard coming in, yo. I don't know. But if this goes down, I'll go on Periscope. And if that goes down, I'll go on Twitch or Instagram.
And when we...
They shot somebody. They shot somebody.
Yeah, we saw
that. Is that right?
No, it's not right. It's wrong.
I know. No,
oh, yeah.
Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, young girl. Yes. All right, sorry. Everyone keeps coming up to me, talking to me, but we're going to try to get up a little bit. We are literally... A lot of people in pain right now. A lot of people gasping for air, eyes watering. Hang on a second. Hang on. What you got? Oh, it's going the wrong way. All right, I've been told, thank you. I've been told that there is some Antifa protesters in here that are attacking police, but they're undercover. And
they're here, they're scared to do anything.
Well, they're doing it to provoke is what they're doing. So that's what we've been told. The Antifa is undercover in here, trying to basically antagonize the Capitol Police. I can't confirm that. That's just what someone told me, and I've actually had someone else as well confirm that as well. I'm going to get a shot this way, Joe, off to your Right, gives you an idea where we just came from and just how many people are down below. Thank you. A lot of people are here, and of course it all started at the Washington Memorial down there. So here we are. There's a lot. I mean, the one question I just keep asking myself is I just don't know, guys, how this ends. I don't know how you, as you can see, they're like breaking in windows and actually getting in these spaces. I don't think we've seen this in modern history, in American history for sure. I just don't understand. Jaden, what you got?
Oh man, it's crazy down there.
Oh, it's okay. Jaden, one of our other camera personnel, is here, also checking everything out and giving us a report. And it's just crazy. Here's a tear gas right there. They're spraying at people. This is going to get ugly.
I don't know if this is old or new.
This is going to get ugly. Yeah, I really don't believe what I'm seeing right now. This is something that's out of a movie or something. This is like a third world country. Of course, what Trump said happened to this election was a lot of a third world country. Anyway, I'm really trying to be mindful that when they shoot off this tear gas, that I've got my
You got your mask?
well, no, but I got maybe something close to a mask. Wow. They're taking chairs out. Incredible.
Oh yeah, it's a different doorway.
It's hard to find out who's helping who to go in that window right there. I don't know if I'm assuming that's, Trump supporters climbing the window. I wouldn't I don't know.
Yes, we're climbing the windows.
Wow.
We're fighting.
Yeah, this is...
People like you.
Yeah, people are angry.
We are very angry. We are very angry. We came all the way from all over the world. I'm from Israel. Yeah, so we're here because this is I've never seen anything like that in my life. Don't get me wrong, Israel is following the same path, same money, same people. But I've never seen anything like that. He won it by a landslide. There is no chance. Yeah, they know that. Nobody's celebrating. They're not celebrating. He canceled the inauguration. That was his. He supported Black Lives Matter protest, but he canceled the inauguration. Why? Because nobody really. There's no voters. It's the biggest scam America's.
Well, God bless. God bless for coming out here.
God bless America.
Thank you. Wow. Just came over here from Israel. And of course, this is what you see in a lot of these third world countries. You see a revolt. You see a protest of the people who clearly are fighting for freedom, and they feel like their freedoms are being jerked away. And if you don't stand up and fight and show resistance, perhaps it gets taken away even quicker. I mean, this is something... Wow. I'm just going to take a moment, let you listen into the sights and sounds as we kind of regroup and look around. So take a listen.
I'm parked over there on Wall Street. Yeah! I haven't gotten anything from it.
Ruth, he did, and I had to laugh at that too. I'm like, I don't think Israel's a third world nation.
All right, we got tear gas.
We're good, we're upwind.
All right, so They just shot another. Thank you. They just shot another thing of tear gas. I'm just making sure that we don't get blasted by it. And that's one of the things that I've really tried to be aware of happening here, because there's, uh-oh, they got a little skirmish right there. What do we got?
Yeah, that's where I'm aiming.
All right, if you're just now joining us, we are live outside the steps of our nation's capital, and an event that I don't think we've seen in my modern day history. And this is a series of events that we didn't think would happen today. It all started this morning around 9 a.m. at the Lips, just the South Lawn of the White House, and President Trump took the stage for about an hour and a half. He delivered a message of hope and kind of recapped his election year and recapped the steps of the election and his accomplishments over his 4 years. From that point, we went to a march. We left there and marched towards the Capitol. And then roughly at about 2 o'clock is when things started to go south here. And we lost coverage due to just the amount of cell phone activity, so we had to retreat back to our offices near the White House. We regrouped, and now we're here. Joe Petrie is joining us. Jaden's with me as well, and we're trying to bring you as much coverage as we can right now. And this is a very fluid situation. We've got tear gas that's been fired at the protesters here, so when we hear these flashbangs, if you don't mind, we're going to try and cover our mouth and our nose the best we can, because we took a hit of it earlier and it was brutal. And we just want to show you what's happening now. I've had a lot of messages on social media about Antifa-like activity and violence. Other than what you're seeing now, and that's people just trying to get into the Capitol, and I'm not saying that's absolutely right. It's wrong. We shouldn't necessarily be breaking in, but that's what's going on right now. As you can see, there's a little skirmish pushing protesters aside. A lot of people saying they didn't see this type of protest against Antifa, and that's a good question. You know, we haven't seen this type of resistance.
Come on, let's call a spade a spade. If that was a crowd of blacks, they would have been tear gassed to high fucking heaven. And all these cops are doing is just waving their hands back? Come on, guys. I have never believed in white privilege until just now. Like, for real. That's insane.
All right, we're good. I think they're screaming traitor. Traitors. I think if they would have shown more resistance to Antifa, I think this crowd would be a little bit more. I don't think they'd be as angry, but the violence they're seeing back is really says a lot. Man.
I mean, seriously, think about that for a second. They are at the nation's capital. That is where it all happens. That is like, boom. You know, like, that is just, that's where it all is. That's where everyone's there to protect. And yet the cops are doing absolutely nothing. That's true about Antifa. It's true about a lot of things. It's crazy to me. It's absolutely fucking crazy that they're not doing anything. Like, this is the nation's capital. Hello? And they're not doing anything to really, really protect it. It's fucking whacked.
You disperse this crowd. I just don't see how you do it. And to think that the very steps that we're standing on right now is where state dignitaries, guests of the president, Congress, Senate. This is where they all assemble for inauguration. And that entryway that they're breaking into is actually where the president would walk out. I mean, this is the very spot that inauguration happens. And the fact that we're standing here protesting is incredible. I would never have thought that this would happen. Never.
Are you for us or against us?
It's okay. It's okay.
Chick, come on, let's be fair. If this was all blacks, a crowd of blacks, they would have been fucking tear gassed already. The whole crowd would be down. Shot and down. I mean, let's call a spade a spade.
Just want to stand here. Thank you so much. Right side for all you're doing. You just keep it up.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
This isn't at a concert hall. This is at the nation's capital. I mean, come on, where's security? Like, this is ridiculous.
It's amazing that people were able to break in the Capitol. I'm beside myself.
Exactly, they could break in the Capitol. How are they allowed to break in the Capitol? Yeah, but only by the door they've been tear gassed.
Can't control a lot of the circumstances around us, so if you hear something that's inappropriate, we apologize. We're certainly not trying to put that out there, but we are here, and it's a fluid situation. So,
everybody meet next week with Gas Passion.
Hey, right side.
Just Angel, exactly. How the fuck do you break into the Capitol and you're still standing? I mean, come on, this is the Capitol. This is not, Bruce Springsteen concert. This is like for real, for real.
Above the surface there, and these people have zero fear up here. Look at even look at the media risers, Joe. Take a look.
Absolutely, they have a right to protest. 150% they have a right to protest, but not break windows and break into the Capitol building.
In front of the crowd here, but this is Yeah, this is amazing that we're actually standing on the inauguration stage. Like, this is where the president would be sworn in, right here. These steps, that entrance, he walks through those doors. It really is surreal that we're standing here while this is going on. And Joe Biden has said early on that he will not have...
Val, that's an excellent point. A really excellent point. There could be terrorists pretending to be Trump supporters.
Joe Biden won't be public about anything because Trump supporters, as you see, will show up and resist. If you're just now joining us, we are live. I'm Brian Glenn, Right Side Broadcasting. We are at the steps of Capitol Hill, and a very unprecedented day in our nation's history, and it's something I've never thought we would witness, to be honest with you. This is absolutely not what I thought would happen today.
Damn, Brian's there.
Here we are. It looks like they're about to ram that door with something. I don't know if you can see that, Joe. They're pulling up like a white, looks like some kind of battering ram or something. So they might, I don't know what that is.
So if you don't know who Right Side Broadcasting is, he's like a diehard Republican. And he's a news station 24/7. I remember when he had like almost nobody. But he's just news 24/7. He never made it on, NBC, so he created his own show, and he does absolutely great. He's fantastic. He covers anything news, tornadoes, hurricanes, that's all he does 24/7. He runs it. He's a pretty good channel. I didn't realize he was there personally.
This is when. Wow. We're live on Right Side Broadcasting. Okay, now we got some tear gas coming out. We got tear gas, so this is when we probably need to duck down and get yeah. All right, we're gonna cover our mouths real quick. So this is when it's gonna get. It's when it might get a little. Hang on, just give us a moment.
Cover your eyes more than your mouth, guys.
All right, yeah, I can barely hear it.
Yeah, I believe it's earlier, but we didn't see it.
Chaos right here. What's that? Yeah, I'm live on the.
I don't know. It's live on his channel.
I just want you to let them know we're on. Look at that. Follow us on go to YouTube. All right. More flash bombs going on here. If you're watching us, we appreciate your support. I just gotten a bunch of messages just now asking about our safety, and I just want to say that we're okay. We're fine with the occasional tear gas that's being shot out. We're fine. So I appreciate people being concerned about our health and safety, but we are fine at this point. More flash bombs going off. Oh. There's a call to stop their violence, maybe even from a Trump supporter side. If we just quit, maybe throwing stuff at the Capitol Police here, then maybe things might turn a different tone. But I know from seeing what I see right now, I mean, it's going to be impossible to penetrate this Capitol from that area. There's just too many police there, and this could not end well. I mean, they are really trying to penetrate that door right there, aren't they? Holy cow.
From the other side of that.
I could not imagine being up there right now. Look at that. People climbing through the windows. They are really trying to get in there. Now they're chanting, "Police stand down," is what they're chanting now. Police stand down.
Joe Biden, America. Bullshit right here. Patriots, American people, stand up for our country and our Constitution. Take over their satanic pedophiles.
If you're just now joining us, Brian Glenn, Right Side Broadcasting. We are live here at the steps of the White House, or excuse me, Capitol. In unprecedented times. This is something we have not seen before. I'd probably say there's a couple thousand people just in this area. That's not counting the thousands that are behind us on this lower level. We are up on these bleachers. This whole area has been constructed for the inauguration. We watched over the last couple months this area be built, and then now to be standing here right now, I never would have thought that would happen. What's that?
This guy's missing his son.
Oh wow! We have a gentleman over here that's missing his son. Maybe if you want to get his attention, maybe we'll put him on there. We got a lot of people. We got a guy that's missing his son, and I'd like to see if we can help him out at all, because that's got to be a very scary moment. Let's see if we can have a few words with this guy. All right, somebody tells me you're looking for your son.
Yeah, Caden Gottfried.
How old is he?
He's 18.
He's out here somewhere?
He was right here a minute ago. I think he lost his phone.
From what you can tell, you can't find him.
I can't find him now. He's smart, he's strong, he's tall. I'm not worried about him, but I just want to connect with him.
Where are you from?
Washington State.
Why are you here?
I'm here because this is the last resort. It was statistically impossible to lose this election. And there's just nauseating amounts of fraud. And it's not being heard or seen. And we really have nothing left.
Where do we go from here?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm not leaving until we all know what we're going to do.
That's been one of my biggest questions when I first got here, is how does everybody get resolved and go and leave?
We don't leave. We stay united, and we take back our country.
Well, God bless. And once again, if you're watching this right now and you happen to know Caden, and once again, what's his full name again?
Caden Gottfried.
All right, Caden Gottfried, your dad's looking for you. We're up here, so we appreciate it. Is that Caden? I don't know. All right, no. All right, so we just thought, as a parent, I'm a parent as well, and I couldn't imagine if I couldn't find my kids out here as well. Oh, man. This is not how I thought we would spend January 6th in our nation's capital.
What'd you say?
All right, we're going to do a battery switch on this camera here in a second. So if we dip to black for a couple seconds, don't be alarmed. We'll come back. We're just going to switch out the battery in our camera.
Okay, back here in the studio, we're watching live coverage from our team at the U.S. Capitol.
Because it's getting low. We want to continue to bring this coverage to you.
They should be back here.
He's got 148,000 people watching right now. 148,000. That is insane.
Momentarily, just stand by as they are putting a new battery on the camera. We had planned a whole show tonight as we expected the debating in the Senate and the House to go long into the night. We're still set up downtown. We have a studio apartment here in D.C. Where we will be on air tonight.
Can you imagine running a stream with 148,000 people watching? That's insane. Absolutely insane. I couldn't even imagine.
You're on. We just have to pray for everybody's safety.
I could tell you, though, I wouldn't be able to watch chat.
So pray for them as well. So we'll be back just a few seconds. Give us a minute to get that battery swapped over.
Something that can really get you down.
Fuck you!
Once again, we want to apologize for any language you might be hearing right now. This is a very emotional and charged environment.
Yeah, it must be old, though, because it's dark there. So this must be what happened originally.
I haven't had an update on even what's going on right now as far as the process in Congress and the whole electoral process. I'm assuming that's all been put on pause. We've been kind of out of the loop here covering this and not able to really check a lot of news on our phones because it's the coverage is very spotty at this point. I want to let you know if you're watching us, we are safe. Joe Petrie, Brian.
You mean Right Side Broadcasting? He's a diehard Republican. Diehard Republican.
Against the Capitol Police here. We are safe. I want to reiterate, we are safe. If we feel like we're going to be in danger, we will leave to let you know. You want to give let's swing the camera around a little bit. You can see some of the police activity up top and also behind us here, going back towards the Washington Memorial. You've got thousands of people.
Yeah, I can, Brandy. Who else is on? 148,000 in chat on fast speed. I know, it's crazy. His chat is insane. Who else you want to watch? I was going between him and PBS. But like I said, he's got 145,000 people watching as we speak. Right Side Broadcast Network. Wusa 9? Is that on YouTube? I don't know why Makeup Mobster always comes up. This isn't more exciting. This is boring. That's boring.
You might expect Democrats to be calling for impeachment, but the fact that Republicans are now concerned and stepping in and saying, although this is not a Republican organization, they tend to support Republicans on a number of issues. I'm now joined, Yamisha, I'm going to turn to Republican Congressman Ron Estes of Kansas. He had planned to object to today's electoral vote count. Congressman, tell me where you are right now and what is your take on what's been happening?
So I had just left the floor when just before the protesters stormed into the Capitol building, and so we're in office buildings now, and so we're safe and secure, both myself as well as the staff members. And so we're looking to see. I mean, I have complete confidence in the Capitol Police and law enforcement in helping make sure that we go through and they clear out the Capitol building and we get back to the business that we need to do. I mean, this has been inappropriate completely. That protesting is appropriate. Free speech is appropriate in terms of what we say, but having violence and destruction is not appropriate at all.
Congressman, are you still planning to object to the electoral vote?
So the process today on January 6th is that we as Congress has a responsibility to certify the electors. And based on what's in the Constitution is that the state legislators should have the responsibility to determine how those electors are selected. And in several of these states, that didn't happen. Either it was a judge or it was an election official chose to do that. And that's not the way the Constitution was set up. That's not what's supposed to be done. I mean, we're a country that, based on the rule of law. And so that was what the whole objection process was about. There were a lot of folks who, on the Republican side as well, who some were rejecting and some weren't, because this is a very serious discussion. We don't want Congress picking the president. That's not appropriate at all. We don't want judges picking the president. The judicial branch is not supposed to do that. And so this was a process. We should have been able to go through that process peacefully, because that's what we've done for the last 240 years in our country is have peaceful protest and peaceful transition of government.
But President Trump is the one, Congressman Estes, who urged his supporters to come to Washington. He urged them not to allow this process to go forward. He's the one who is saying that this process.
All right, I'll pause that and put on Sputnik, but that looked interesting. Sputnik.
Is now.
Hell yeah. We're the media. They're not.
They're not. This is the old media. This is what it looks like. Turn off Fox. Turn off CNN. Turn off all of those. Listen to the Patriot channels.
Their legacy's dead. It's dead right here. Beyond that building right there. Our capital. Hang on. Lots of traitors in their fucking media too. And you're gonna hear about them all soon. They're all fucking going down.
They're all going down. They're traitors. They're part of the swamp.
Start making a list. Put all those names down, and we start hunting them down one by one. Every single one of them. Complicit. Every news broadcaster. Fucking tech giant. Google.
They won't be able to walk down the streets, guys. They aren't going to be able to face the people. They will not be able to walk down the streets.
They will not.
You see how they ran away today? They ran away.
Today marks the beginning of us taking back this country. Let's go to the Supreme Court. From this day forward,
Higher quality equipment, the lower quality content.
Yeah, let's go to Bowser's. Where's Mayor Bowser's house?
Let's go to Obama's house. Let's have a party at Obama's house.
Party at Mayor Bowser's.
Let's go burn Obama's house to the ground. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
I'm going to be able to save anything.
She can't say nothing after what you did to let anti-fuck BLM right monster shit. You can't say nothing. What you get? Another one? Yeah, I don't want that one. No, I want this one.
Hey guys, just so everybody knows, we're getting ready to go to the Supreme Court.
So, I was waiting to tell you apparently something.
Or like other countries' rules that have nothing to do with
Just so everybody knows. Now they know.
Just so everybody knows.
Now they know.
Fucked around and found out.
service to clients, and it was German TV.
Yeah. So I mean, I understand we're mad and all that, so I get it. But we should probably make sure it's CNN and all that first. Hopefully they have insurance.
One was out to zero.
There we go. Oh, good catch.
Yeah,
Don't tell you no more taxes.
Nobody.
We're looking at a
They're not live.
That was rough. That was rough. Oh boy. That is rough.
You okay? You get it?
No, yeah.
You know they shot the woman there. Oh.
I saw that. Oh man.
Police state, huh?
Oh guys, that is no joke. What happened to us?
Yeah!
I don't wish on anybody, but as Brick Suit was saying, I think the violence that we've seen was uncalled. I think having more of a sit-in protest is the way to go, but fighting the Capitol Police, you're not going to win. And
You with him? I see this guy get arrested for wearing a mask.
I'm sorry?
What do you guys do?
It's brutal. I don't even know how to describe it, man. It is brutal. And I just think this is just so sad. Oh. Folks, this is where we're at. January the 6th,
Welcome, Liquid Sunshine.
2021. That hurts. Yeah. Oh, guys. There's still probably a couple thousand people here, I would say. I'm just glad we're away from those the bleachers.
This can't be that old because it's showing it's getting dark. So it can't be that old.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got almost 190,000 people watching.
All right, let's move to the front, see if we can get a better, huh? What do you want to go?
No, let's just go.
Yeah. All right, let's move away. Let's maybe, let's go and get a little different vantage point. I'm not sure where that would be. This seems to be a kind of a safe space right here. But boy, that got violent really quick, and that went from they were tolerating a lot of the protests and violence protests from the supporters here, but then that really switched when they decided to do a couple blasts with that tear gas and pepper spray, and that really changed the the momentum. As you can see, we got the Capitol Police that's lined up there. They are ready. They are absolutely ready to come down, and I feel like they probably would. At a moment's notice. If you're just now joining us, Brian Glenn, Right Side Broadcasting. We are live at the steps of Capitol Hill. We've been here, been out here just about all day, really, bringing you the coverage of Trump's rally at 11 o'clock. We marched towards Capitol Hill. We marched to Capitol Hill, and then at about 2 o'clock is when things kind of went sideways as far as any kind of peaceful assembly, and that's when we retreated, when we lost our signal. But now we're back, and I'm not sure. Hey, I don't know, Joe. I don't know how much closer we want to go from here, though. I don't know. I can't take another pepper spray. Here comes the Capitol Police right now. They're coming through. Now keep in mind we have steps behind us. All right, so we're going to have to go backwards.
Hey, move back. They're coming.
We're going to move back off here. They are coming with barricades. Once again, folks, we are okay.
Firearms, people.
We're safe.
Be careful, buddy. They're shooting pellets and shit.
They're shooting pellets?
Yeah, I got hit with pellets. Rubber bullets, tear gas. Right side in the house, right there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. They're really setting up a barricade.
I think it's a good sign. You think?
Yeah. Look at the look at the Captain America woman that's on that bleacher up there. See if you can get a shot of that. Look at that. Wow. I would think she's probably one of the safest spots right now.
They said enough's enough.
Yeah, they did say enough's enough. I believe the Capitol Police has determined that they've had enough of this. And I would imagine this is when it's going to get...
How you doing?
Thank you. How you doing?
Crazy.
This is very crazy right now. We are live. Sorry, folks. You might hear some things talking off camera, and you may hear some profanity, but this is a very fluid situation.
Oh, I agree, Mick. I think a lot of people are running from the Republican Party after this.
We're about to get sprayed.
That's what I was told.
All right, we've been told we're about to get sprayed. If we're about to get sprayed, I want to find a place that we can get out. I want a place that we can exit. I cannot get hit again. Because that is...
He said.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is kind of what they're doing to push the line back. They would pepper spray and then flash bomb, pepper spray, and then move forward. That's pretty much how they're clearing the area. And they're in the next stage of the pepper spray. And we're going to back away from that because that's painful. Thank you very much. A lot of people appreciating our
Public servants.
Our coverage on this. As like I said, we're doing the best we can. We are viewer supported, and I know this sounds like a really odd time to push for any kind of donations right now at this point, but folks, we're trying to take this election coverage into OT. So if you feel led to donate to our company, we are viewer supported, and go to our website, rsbnetwork.com/donate. rsbnetwork.com/donate. Thank you very much. Donate what you can. Support. I'm not in a situation to read any kind of super chats or anything like that. I be honest with you, back there it got really scary for a moment because none of us could see, none of us could breathe. We couldn't move. We were in a space that probably a couple hundred people in a stairwell, and if someone fell down, they were probably likely going to be trampled. Just a scary situation, but at least we're away now, a little bit back from all that.
Hummingbird, you know I'm going to steal that line, and it's funny that you stole it before me, because that's what I'm going to say from now on. This channel's viewer supported. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
These are the cops that we fight for. These are the cops that we fight for.
Yeah. Yeah, it is constitutional to do what we did. I agree.
Stole an election. We're supposed to take it back.
You know what's interesting, though, about his channel? If you really watch Super Chats, so many of them are not American. I noticed this last time. It is so strange. I forgot who I was with. We were watching his Super Chats because he was getting like $100 a minute. And like he's getting now. And a lot of the names weren't even American. I'm like, wow, you're getting all the support from non-Americans. It's funny.
BLM Antifa can blow up buildings, do whatever they want, but we come here holding Blue Lives Matter signs and we get shot with rubber bullets. I saw a 7-year-old girl get pepper sprayed. Yeah. I'm done with this country. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
a lot of people feel the same way. I mean, that was one of the things I heard earlier, that during the summer you saw police stand down to a lot of protesters, and of course now Capitol Police have confronted in the way that they've done today. And it is a sad day in our country right now. And as you can see, a lot of people are leaving. And to be completely honest, I would not be up on those bleachers right now either. I think the Capitol Police, they're done playing around. I think they're going to displace. Let's see if we can get up on these risers right here. This seems like a fairly safe place to be. Yeah, you want to go up on this one? Okay.
Aw, Christine, thank you.
Somewhere that we will be out of any type of line of stampede or... All right, just bear with us as we make our way over here. All right, there we go. More flashbangs, more pepper spray, tear gas.
How are you tonight?
Good, man. How you doing? Good to see you guys.
And I'm really glad. I'm at work one day and I go to tell this. You guys are right in Home Depot, doesn't it? And I'm in the aisle. I'm in this Home Depot every day. I know the whole store.
Wait till you get the new candle, Christine. You're going to absolutely love it. It even melts awesome.
We have moved to this riser area. Seems like it's a little safer space to be at this point. We do not want to be anywhere near those bleachers. Still a lot of people here right now. They certainly cleared out the elevated structure they built for the inauguration, but obviously people are down below on the ground level here. And like I said, I've been here for months. I've watched them build this thing since, November. So if you could share this broadcast, I'd like to get as many people watching it as possible for a couple of reasons. A, there's a lot of misinformation in the media right now in regards to what is going on and what is the violence like. And I want to make sure that everybody watches this because we're giving it to you as it happens.
Brick suit's all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got some cases.
I mean, at this point,
Oh, they took the girl?
What's that?
Let her go.
Let her go?
They took that girl.
Oh, they took the girl. Oh, yeah. The girl that you saw earlier that we focused on, she's been removed from the scaffolding, probably for her own safety, to be honest with you, because what a the wind has picked up here. I will say that we got a wind at about out of the north, blowing about 15. It's a little good. The winds have picked up, so if that means anything as far as when a tear gas is shot, it is going to blow quite a bit after being released. But that was a lot of what we heard earlier from those two individuals, is that people were angry that when we saw the protest over the summer in all these cities, you didn't see the police stand up to the protesters. The violence that we saw just now towards the supporters here is something that we haven't seen that before. We have not seen the level of police activity towards a pro-Trump group like that. And people are saying, why didn't you take that approach to Antifa and the riots during the summer? And that
CK, you're cracking me up with that.
Trump organization and group of people versus a group like Antifa or Black Lives Matter. So they bring up a very valid point.
He got tear gassed all over the place.
The resistance up top has slowed down. It's now just on the bottom. So the Capitol Police have taken over the elevated space there, and they are now have confined everyone just to this ground area in front of the Capitol. And I would likely think that's where it's going to stay. I think at this point, if they can just secure access to the Capitol, just playing armchair quarterback here, that would be enough to at least, well, maybe I'm wrong. It seems like we're kind of in this open area anyway. This is where the public would be able to.
He goes like this.
Even if this wasn't going on, we're standing in a place that's open to the public, so I don't see much of a pushback from where we're standing right now. I apologize if I gotta. It just seems like that tear gas. It just absolutely is choking. And of course, we're not geared up like a lot of these. You see these Antifas and you see these protesters. They come with the mask and the gas, face protectors. We don't have that. We don't have that at all. So we're very open to taking all of that straight on. It's 5:23 here on the East Coast. Welcome if you're just now joining us. We're still live at the Capitol here in our nation's capital. As it's been a very eventful day here, as today was a day that basically Congress would meet. They would go over the electoral votes, and hopefully at that point would protest the states that are contested and would disregard those electors, and we'd go a different path to a presidency. But that did not happen today. Those events were stopped by what you're seeing now, massive rally here at the Capitol, and they did breach inside the Capitol, and we have a report that one girl was shot in the neck. I have seen eyewitness video of this that's been circulating, so I don't have an age, don't have a name certainly, but one person was shot inside the Capitol, and I can only guess that we've had some arrests here so far today. I can't imagine that no one has been arrested yet, but just a very disturbing scene here on Capitol Hill. And to think that we were standing in the very spot where President Trump and every president before him was inaugurated. It's unimaginable that happened in the same spot where President Trump was going. Okay, so we got more. It looks like we got some more police coming in there as well. They're really ramping up the police presence here, which is not surprising at all, because I said this when we first got here. I don't see how you disperse a crowd like this. I don't see how you do it. There's just too much going on. The emotions are high. You want to walk around here and talk to some people, maybe? All right, let's go. Watch your step there, Joe. Ooh. All right, as we go down. All right. Let's there's Brick's suit right there. All right, Brick. So but we were talking, and of course we got hit with that pepper gas, and that was something else. Okay, so to continue our conversation, I am just absolutely beside myself that where we were standing and the significance of that spot and what we're seeing right now. And you had mentioned if it didn't get violent, we were just in a peaceful sit-in. This was nothing but, hey, let's show up at the Capitol. Let's wait. Let's peacefully wait. But you're saying that Antifa-like characters are the one that initiated a lot of this violence.
Well, it was very interesting to see, like, they would get up and they would get on the windows and they'd start hammering on the windows, and other people would notice and start to pull them off. Really? So it's not the crowd was not behind these people breaking windows and going through. The initial people who broke the hammers were acting on their own. There was no call. Nobody was yelling, break the windows, break the windows. And then somebody showed up with a hammer and started hammering windows. And it's someone with like a black hoodie, didn't look, I mean, what does a Trump supporter look like? But they, you know, we all have a way to identify ourselves. We have red hats, we have stickers, we have shirts, we have flags. They had none of that. Yeah. So, you know, I have my doubts as to whether or not they were actually, you know, people who support President Trump fully and, you know, people who voted for him, or if they are infiltrators here set to discredit the group of patriots who are here to support the president.
I'm with you, because you and I have seen enough Trump rallies. We know what a Trump supporter looks like, and we know that MAGA country is not going to go up there and create violence and initiate anything like that. So I think you're right on that. And of course, it does kind of feed to the crowd, and then you get some people that emotions are high. Now, I get that, though, Brick. I know emotions are high right now.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, the other thing, too, is it was a spontaneous thing. Maybe some people had a plan to do it, but not everybody did it. So, however it started, it snowballed. People started to participate, but there's no consensus about what the goal was. Yeah. There's no consensus about what should have happened, other than people want to express their support for the president and suppress their distaste for the way they feel the elections were run. You know, I don't think that there was perfect information, too. Had everybody known that, Pence had already dissolved the joint session. Yeah. I mean, I could see that on the other side, but I don't think everybody here knew that Pence had dissolved the joint session once we got to Arizona.
I think
we need to go.
Yeah, we probably need to go.
But it's not that bad. It's far away.
I'm still going to get it. I want to get where we're not getting flash bombed in my face.
We're good. We're good.
All right. So the police, as we anticipated, they're going to keep driving the crowds this way because they want us away from the steps there. So we're going to back away where we have a little bit more. Well,
at least for a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. But I tell you one thing, I'm not taking another tear gas to the face anymore. Let's see if we can get up here and give you a good vantage point here.
Oh, they're pushing us.
They're close. Go. Okay, we got to go. Let's go. We got to roll. Okay, we're going to turn around. All right. Watch the step there, Joe. We got to go. All right, we're going to go.
I'll stick with you.
All right.
Okay. All right, they're like 20 feet behind us.
All right, so they're behind us. We're walking a pretty good pace to get out of here. I don't want to pull. You got it? You take the cord. All right, we are making our way. The Capitol Police are literally behind us, and they are not. I'm seeing some skirmishes right now. They are very serious about clearing out this area. They are not. I think for now, I think they've had enough.
I think they've had enough, and we had to have. I mean, we saw they were not ready for this. They had to bring in state police. They had to bring in military.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure they didn't bring in. They probably weren't doing it from. You know, they were bringing in reinforcements from a number of different federal agencies. I saw the cars on the roads, bringing those people in. There was no preparation for this, and I can't say that I fault them because it's completely unprecedented.
Right. Oh wow. All right. So we're going to get to the situation. We got more steps coming down here, Joe. I'm just trying to keep our cameraman safe as well. As you can see, they're pushing back. All right, here we go. Joe, watch the stair. I got you. We got it. All right. You want to go to the?
We're not holding shit. We're going.
Yeah, I am not holding. People are saying, let's hold ship. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Thank you very much.
I've been watching you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We love you too, but the cops.
Yeah, you hang on. You can hang on. You can hang on. You can hang on.
There. Let's go. Let's go. We're about to get
Step again.
Step again.
All right, and step again, Joe.
They can't push us all back.
I think they're going to stop here.
All right.
I think we're at the edge of federal. I think we're at the edge of federal property.
I love him, Carol.
All right, so now we're on the edge of, I think, the perimeter here, and like you said, Brick, this is kind of this is where the public space is anyway. This is kind of where you can come on a regular basis.
That's correct. But keep in mind now that, let's get closer to the cameraman. Keep in mind that there is a curfew in D.C. at 6 p.m. Move back.
All right, we'll go. All right, we're moving back.
Move back.
All right.
Okay, I think we're good at the circle because they won't have enough people at the circle.
Step down. All right.
They don't have enough people. This is interior lines, exterior lines. They've got enough people to block this stairway and push us off that. But behind us, we have a big traffic circle, so they can't extend any further.
Well, here's the bottom line. It's not us versus them,
no,
though. I know,
I
but
believe they'll stop here for a while.
Right. And thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Good luck.
So I want to make sure these officers know that we're not necessarily, we're not against them. We just want to make sure we cover everything. And all right. Oh no! I don't like when they start throwing stuff. The police.
Get back.
Yes, get back. I see another push coming here.
Get ready.
So, as I was saying before we had that last push, remember that the city of Washington has a 6 p.m. curfew. So, we are now about to be off of federal grounds. And once everybody's going back to their hotels, they're going to be subject to the curfew of the city of Washington, Mayor Bowser. Now, I believe that probably most of the MPD that's going to be responding to riots has probably already been pulled into service with the Capitol Police. I did see a couple MPD police shields being thrown out, so I know that there are at least some of them that are in there. But, as long as when we finally leave here, we go back to our hotels, we don't stay on the streets. This isn't the time to stay out all night because the curfew has been lawfully declared, and you don't want to be subject to that.
Yeah, of course, we are the media. Media first responders always are exempt of that. But you're right. If you're watching us right now and you're out and about in the streets of D.C., definitely go home because you could be arrested. It's time. You can get arrested. Did you ever think you'd be standing here today? I've said this maybe 20 times, and it's sad.
Carol, you tell him he's my new favorite little kid.
Because I feel like this is a very depressing time in our nation's history. I mean, we are watching our country slip away.
Look, I'm sad that this is happening, but I don't know that we're seeing our country slip away. There's a certain number of people who feel that it's been stolen from us over time slowly. This may be just people reclaiming their country, reclaiming the vision of America that they feel is correct, that the people in that building work for us, that laws are meant to be followed, that there aren't two standards. And I'm not saying that, making any claims to the veracity, but of the vote and if there was or not fraud. But I think I wrote it down, the resolution that was passed by Gosar said they objected on the grounds that not all of the votes or under known circumstances were regularly given. So rejected on the grounds. It's hard to read my writing in the dark.
Yeah. There you go.
Right. On the grounds that not all of the votes were cast under regularly given circumstance. Not regularly given. Basically alleging that there are irregularities in how the votes were cast in the state. Not being specific, a very general statement that they were not regularly given. And if that's going to be the next term that's banned on Twitter and Facebook, regularly given, let's remember that those were the actual words used in the resolution of complaint in the joint session before it was adjourned by Mike Pence.
Show the camera that way, Joe.
So to go back to what you're saying about,
I don't want to get too close, but there we go.
I still have.
I'm so sorry. I traded 2 people today.
I got you.
He's missing.
There's...
If they hurt him, he's gonna die. And he had fired my.
All right. So they're getting a look at what the situation is right now. Obviously, a peaceful situation at this point, and there's no violence right here on this front line. Just the Capitol Police has just drawn the line. Capitol Police.
Your patriotism.
And the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
All right, we're going to back away, head out.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be a
I see Edward. Because I know what Edward looks like.
Let's go. We're going to walk back that way. All right, we're going to make our way back towards this way. It looks like that's hopefully, by the grace of God, that is the extent of the violence that we might see tonight. Hopefully, the ones here that want to basically escalate violence, hopefully they have left, and that's just how tonight will end, like that. Because that's a scene, guys. We've both been doing this a long time, and that is something that I don't think any of us have seen. Wow, 2021. This is how we're starting. Anyway, all right, so we've kind of pulled back a little bit from the crowd. Little area to breathe over here.
Thanks, Al.
I was just saying, Brick, that hopefully this is kind of how the night ends peacefully like this, and then we don't get into any more escalation.
I agree. I think that as people are going back to hotels, unlike other protests, we're not going to see broken windows. Yeah. We're not going to see buildings on fire. We're not going to see random acts of violence.
Yeah.
We're not going to see any of that from this group. We are going to be under curfew shortly if we're not already. I haven't checked my watch, but I'm sure we're approaching 6 o'clock.
All right, so we should probably we'll start to head back.
I'm not so worried about it. I think that the real problem is not going to be at the stroke of 6. We're all going to turn into pumpkins, but you don't want to be the last one out on the streets on a night like tonight. So
because
I believe it's probably time for us to start heading back very soon. But I'm not saying that it has to be in the next 5 minutes.
It's interesting because we have not seen so far any of the, anti-Trumper movement out here, and I would imagine we've seen at the rallies they show up at night. Mm-hmm. I don't know why they wouldn't be tonight, but that's a different conversation, I guess, for another day. But boy, when
I was up there, I had absolutely no service. I was trying to get pictures out. Yeah. I mean, they're all on my phone. Didn't anticipate this. I didn't have enough memory space in the phone. It was full. I had to delete old files, and I can't upload the stuff from my GoPro yet. It'll be interesting to see what I got. I know that I have some unusual vantage points there with a little 360 shot. It's maybe it'll help convey to some people what it was like to be up there when I get that posted.
I got a lot of direct messages from family and friends that said, "Oh my goodness, you have got to get out of there." It looked a very dangerous situation, and it was. But I will say that we are safe, and nothing bad happened. But it did get a little sketchy at one point.
Losing your liberty is a dangerous situation too, though.
That's true.
And so there's a balance there. And I wasn't asked to go up there. I just felt like I felt safe enough that I would do it. And, at the point where I felt unsafe is when I began going back to the hotel.
Okay. I don't know if this is an odd time to go ahead and thank our patriot Mike Lindell over at MyPillow.com, but you know what? This broadcast, and he's a patriot of this network. We want to thank him for being such a great partner in all of our content. So right now, go over to MyPillow.com, and put in the promo code RSBN, that's RSBN, and get up to 66% off. The only reason why I'm saying this is all about freedom. This is all about being an American. He's an American. He loves freedom. He's got a great company that supports patriotism and freedom, and I think it's time for all of us to go support him as well.
And not only that, how can you not help but be moved by his story of redemption? It's impossible.
Yeah.
If you read about him and how honest he is about his past and the path that he took forward to get to where he is now, it's very moving. And perhaps this election needs to be redeemed as well.
Yeah. If you want to follow me on social media, you can go ahead. I'm Brian Glenn TV, BrianGlenn TV, Brian Glenn across the board. And Brick, go ahead and give you yours.
Brick Suit on Twitter, mostly just at Brick with the _ suit. So Brick_suit. And on Instagram at Brick Suit.
Yeah, it's been what an eventful day that we've had so far. Thank guys. How you doing? Thank you. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really read it right now. Oh, wonderful. Okay, thank you. But wow, what a day. I want to get your thoughts. I mean, you guys have been out here all day. We ran into you by chance. We follow each other on Instagram, obviously. But what are your thoughts on what you saw today? Okay.
Honestly, it's crazy. Obviously we're making history. There's violence. I don't know what side is causing the violence. When I went with my phone up to try to see who was doing what, and we got tear gassed, and so we had to move back.
When I was in the thick of it, I only saw the cops initiating the tear gas. The cops initiating the...
Yeah, no, the cops were initiating the tear gas, and they threw flashbang grenades at us, so we just kept getting pushed back.
There were some rubber bullets, the tear gas, and the pepper spray. I got pepper sprayed in my eyes. Yeah. It's in my hair, so whenever my hair gets in my eyes, I get
It's painful. I will say that. It's painful, and it got me, it almost made me throw up at one point. It was choking like that. But...
you can't even filter enough air out for the tear gas. It just gets you in the lungs. You can't cough it out. It's just very arresting. I honestly I'm thankful they're not using tasers, but that's not an excuse to be using these measures.
Yeah. And we were talking about this. They didn't do this during Antifa and all the riots but against us. Do we want to switch batteries real quick? We're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to dip into black, but don't worry. We'll just change. Yeah, we're just going to change batteries on the camera.
Brick Suit. I looked him up on Twitter. That's a cool name though. Brick Suit. I kind of like that. I doubt it's his born given name, but it's still a cool name. So I guess that's it. I guess it's winding down. Stream does not exist. Okay. That's not the guy that runs the YouTube
batteries. Can't say our inner battery's fresh. I'm a little tired. I'm a little cold. Because it's been one of those couple days. Last night, that pre-rally was rough. It was rainy and cold.
If I didn't head back to California, I'd be ready for another day. I mean, this is the news, and this is what we try and get here to cover for you. This is not like what we're built for, but it's undeniable this is important to our country, and it's undeniable.
Yeah, I'll stay live for another 15 minutes till curfew, because then it's going to be dead. So we'll go another 15 minutes.
Lots of cameras. It's going to be sobering for people to see what happened here. And for the people who weren't here at the Capitol, who wanted to come to D.C., they're going to get a really good picture of what transpired. And As I understand, I have unconfirmed reports that this may have happened in other states. People, and I don't know this.
That's
for
a good
fact.
question. I thought about that myself, of how many places around this country, in Michigan and in Pennsylvania, those battleground states.
Right. I don't have. I mean, and literally, my source is people coming by and saying, "I'm reading this, and this happened in Georgia,"
Right.
and so I have no. I do not know if it's.
Always the rebel gravy. Always the rebel.
What I saw here today, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me as well. If you would, please make sure you're following us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. If you're just watching this perhaps on YouTube, follow us on our other social media platforms, as we will continue to bring you coverage as it happens. And real quickly, I want to make sure, because you've got a great podcast. So let's give out your podcast and your information.
Unsilent Podcast is the name. You can find me on Instagram, and my actual podcast is anywhere you stream your podcast. It's Unsilent Podcast.
I just want to make sure you got a nice little shout out for that. So here we are. Different scenarios we were just about 30 minutes ago, as it was got to a point that was a little scary, but now that we're down here and we have a little bit of room to move around, it's a very different situation. We're going to let this go. Yeah. All right. Let's make a. Hey, Joe. Let's go ahead and walk out this way. We're wrapping the light over here. We're going to go ahead and walk out towards Pennsylvania Avenue and head back to our hotel and our apartments. And I don't know if we have some coverage planned later from our remote studio. Perhaps we'll bring you some additional coverage as it happens. But we're going to definitely head back out this way, as we were happy to be able to get in the mix and show you the events of today. It has not been easy to do that, not only physically but emotionally, because none of us want to witness what we've seen today so far. That is something that I'm just being honest. That's not what I wanted to see today.
No, I
at
didn't
all.
want to see that. At all. I didn't want to see that either. I mean, what I wanted to see is everybody here peacefully. There were a group of people that wanted to get behind the Capitol because there was a speaking engagement.
There was an event planned here today.
But the street was blocked off, so they were unable to make it up Constitution. Now, I don't know if that street was blocked off for the reasons of preventing people from getting to the back of the Capitol. The more I think about it, I believe it's probably a precondition of having Mike Pence in the Capitol building.
Yeah, I think it was a total security.
Correct. So they cleared two intersections there, but it had the effect of everybody who wanted to get to that side of the Capitol being diverted and funneled into the front of the Capitol. And
Zero, they have to follow curfew. They're going to end up in jail. Nobody wants to go to jail for not listening to a curfew. That would be dumb.
We're signing out. Until next time, goodbye. God bless. We'll see you later.
Alright, right stream is done. When I started watching him, he literally had like, I don't know, 300,000 people. Now he's got 1.15 million in like a year and a half. That's some serious growth. See, everybody's ended.
Yeah, it's possible. There's an article out now that Senator Ted Cruz is under pressure to not proceed with any objections once they're able to resume the counting of the the certifications of the Electoral College votes. The dynamic has been changed, definitely.
And you want to know the greatest part about Right Side Broadcast? He doesn't strike. I've actually asked him way back when. He's like, no, I'm a public news station. If you want to stream me, go right ahead. Just give me credit. I said, not a problem. And he's never struck. He's all about sharing. He's a really cool guy.
They do today's events significantly undermine Donald Trump's stature in the Republican Party, and more importantly, among this base that really, I think, Republicans have been afraid of, that it was President Trump that created this base. And the Republicans running for office in 2024 have been appealing to that base by challenging the Electoral College votes. Do they now want to separate themselves from that because of this unprecedented, disgraceful, and violent activity that has taken place today? Or are they beholden to that base because, as Yamiche questioned earlier, I believe it was her, maybe no one has any control over them, they've been unleashed, and who has control over them at this point? So there's a lot of questions we raised. Today has flipped the script hopefully in some important ways. It's going to take a few days probably to be able to get back to normal and to count the remainder of the ballots. It's a really tragic day for the country. It's a shame that the president was allowed to get to this point, but in fact, he's been enabled, sadly, by his party, not everyone in it, but the majority of his party has really enabled this
I
president
want to interview
to
Brick.
go forward. He created fear in them that if they did not support everything that he did that was abnormal, that they would pay a price, including his family saying that they would primary people. So it's a tragic, tragic day, and we do need to move on. There's a lot, John was correct. There's a lot of important issues to talk about. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We have to be dealing with the vaccine, making sure it's distributed at a faster rate and effectively, and get the economy up and running. Today's event is looking a lot like a super spreader event to me, and I certainly hope that it isn't, but you have a lot of unmasked people close together, going wherever they want, and the Capitol is going to have to clean that up as well.
John Hart, I wonder if you would pick up on this idea that we're hearing. Do you think that today's events and the long-term impact of this does dislodge certain members of the Republican Party and detach them in some way from the spell that's being described that he has had over members of the Republican Party?
I do think it will to some extent. It's too early to know exactly how. Look, a year ago, I was part of the impeachment panel and spent several days actually opposing the impeachment process and
would have been the ones to hear that. But if we heard it here, that would indicate it was also broadcast throughout the Capitol system. There is an alert system that's built in here. We hear them from time to time for drills, or if there are, on occasion, there are suspicious packages that prompt an evacuation of an office building or something along those lines. But of course, this is the message that's being delivered here about 5:50 or so p.m. to everyone that's at the Capitol, that the curfew is in effect and that if they don't leave, they will be subject to arrest. So as we've been reporting, a number of different law enforcement agencies on site here, this announcement suggests to me they may be stepping up arrests as they start to try and get a handle on this situation. And Savannah, I also want to circle back to something that we've been talking about throughout the afternoon, and that is this determination to get the business of our government back underway. And I would say at this hour, I'm still texting back and forth with a number of members, both of the House and the Senate, as they try to figure out what those plans are. And I do think that we should expect that determination not to falter. I think the plans are still in the works, and I think that everyone seems to be in agreement in both houses and on both sides of the aisle that it's very clear that a message be sent to it's very clear to them that it's important that a message be sent to Americans that the government will continue to function even in the face of this. So stay tuned for more developments on that front. Savannah.
All right, Casey, thank you so much. Let's turn to Kristen Welker, our White House correspondent. Kristen, we saw the president's taped message a few moments ago. What are you hearing at the White House?
Well, Savannah, a number of White House officials, a number of former White House officials and allies to President Trump are pressuring him to, frankly, go further than he did in that taped statement that was released a short time ago, in which he reiterated those false claims of voter fraud, but did call for peace, urged his supporters not to resort to violence. But I can tell you that there is a push right now to get the president to come out and speak and to say something forceful forceful, to make a strong statement, to essentially say, stand down. And it comes as we are hearing from some of his former officials on Twitter. Alyssa Farah, one of them, who essentially says, I am one of you to the MAGA world, as she puts it. She says, before I worked for the president, I worked for Mark Meadows, Jim Jordan, and she goes on to say, I need you to hear me. The election was not stolen. We lost. Strong statements also from Mick Mulvaney, the former chief of staff here, as well as Kellyanne Conway, one of the former top advisors to President Trump, who are essentially urging the president to come out and to make a strong statement and urging the people who stormed the Capitol to stand down. So that is the scene here. I was just speaking to a number of top officials. I can tell you they are watching these developments unfold. President Trump himself watching these developments unfold, Savannah, and it's not clear that he has any plans or any intentions to come out and speak this evening. But I can tell you that there is a somber mood here at the White House, and frankly, a number of officials have a stricken look on their face as they watch all of this unfold, of course, coming just hours after President Trump addressed a crowd of thousands and essentially reiterated those false claims of fraud, tried to pressure his own vice president, Mike Pence, to take actions that he cannot take under the law to block the election results from being counted and from announcing the winner as Joe Biden.
You know, there aren't like Proud Boy flags. There aren't any other identifying groups out here, which is interesting because I heard earlier people talking about some sort of organized, I don't know, storming or something, but it's just kind of a collection of individual people out here. And I'm not sure if things are going to change after the curfew goes into effect.
Behind the United States Capitol.
Ooh, so we're going to walk around over here and see what.
Trash.
Like I said, we're right next to the Capitol here. Oh, I don't think I can flip this, can I? Hold on. See, it's the calls like that kind of thing that I just can't. No matter who you are, you can't call someone out and start talking about their kids. Like, you know, it's just, I don't. So we've got Virginia State Police out here. I know we've got some some Capitol Police.
She's too noisy. It's driving me nuts.
I'm not the biggest fan of basement units, and I imagine it's still not very cheap. Or ground floor units. Thank you.
Here you go, NYC. Walk around New York City with a camera. He's got over 1,000 people watching.
Yeah, some people are faster than me, but only if they run.
Damn, NYC is dead.
I usually do walk back, yes. Josh Yamitsu is on Twitch, says hello. Most folks are on the YouTube at the moment. All of this is either outlandishly expensive or rent controlled. There's no middle ground on rental rates in this neighborhood. That's not surprising.
There you go, NYC. Walk around with a camera. I can't believe how dead New York City is.
I bring along people for the walk virtually. That's worth something, I hope. It is quiet. And it is nice.
I have never seen New York City so dead, ever.
Welcome respite from the throes of daily life. Especially in New York. Would I rather live here or Fifth Avenue Co-op? Here's pretty nice. I would like being close to Central Park. And I imagine I'd get more space around there, but again, for those prices, I'm sure.
So they have a pet trains inside the malls, shopping around. They have bank, Chase Bank too. They have everything. Most they make a shopping.
I want to be surrounded by tourists all the time. You know, Central Park and everything. Oh, de todo un pocazo with the super chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Not sure if I'm familiar with that currency. Still learning. Where am I now? I'm on Leroy Street and 7th Avenue.
These people are getting insane views just from walking around Manhattan with a camera. That's crazy. This one action kid. He's got all these crazy ass views. Same thing with this guy. 121,000 views walking around Manhattan when it snowed? Really? 34,000. What am I doing wrong? I live in the wrong city now. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
Your band. Yeah, I am pro-life for.
This dude got almost 5,000 subscribers today. Now that's impressive.
Truth. The most innocent person in the world is a baby in the womb. It's ridiculous. So you can have your convenience lifestyle. You know, it's disgusting. Used to be pro-choice.
What did he just say?
And I repent all the time for it. Your band, your band, your band, your band, your band, your band, your band. Do 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 do. Yeah, definitely pro-life. I think being not pro-life is insane. Like, do you believe in a soul or not?
Okay, loser, you just lost me for good. Because let me tell you something, Mr. Steven. You're a guy, first of all. Second of all, you're not raising it. So, yeah, you don't really have much of an opinion.
Can't wait to do some house cleaning when I get back. Be like your band. I wish I had my head mount, man. What's up, Woodchuck?
You're all fucking slave drivers! Oath breakers!
George Floyd wasn't pro-life. George Floyd put a pistol in a pregnant lady's gut. You're banned. Am I okay with being arrested? I'm not going to get arrested. You're banned. Yeah, I am pro-life for innocent folks getting murdered. Sure. I'm just also pro-truth. The most innocent person in the world is a baby in the womb. It's ridiculous. So you can have your convenience.
Says a guy.
You know, it's disgusting. Used to be.
What's more disgusting is a man trying to say what a woman should do.
I repent all the time for it. When, Your band. I love it. Yo, there's not.
All right, I'm over old dude. He's a fucking idiot. No, zero filters on the other side of the world. You should repent for being an idiot. I agree. Fucking morons. Total morons. Hold on, I gotta let the dog in. I'll let you guys watch that for another minute while I let the dog in.
Not that many thin blue line people anymore. The bannings will continue until morale is improved. Grandpa Millennial. Do I think dogs should be able to vote? Only Rosie O'Donnell. Actually, I don't think she'd be able to vote.
Our own fucking scumbag government. You guys ever get tired of your jobs?
Your band. Only Rosie O'Donnell. That's the only dog that should be able to vote.
Alright. I have to go start cook dinner. Make a woman keep a baby she never wanted. See how that's gonna Exactly. Or that she can't have. Yeah. No. Sorry. Not sorry. Alright, so I'm gonna shut down. I gotta go cook the boys' dinner because Sage went out with her boyfriend. So I will see you guys later. I might be on my other channel tonight. Maybe. I gotta update some stuff. I gotta update Poshmark. Because I got my mannequin in today. So I will see you guys later. Thank you guys for joining me. I don't know why I didn't have 10,000 like all these other people that have millions upon millions of people. But we'll get there. We will get there. Slowly but surely. I'll walk around New York City with a camera this summer. Thanks, Steve. So Patreon's members, I'll see you guys shortly. And everyone else, I will see you guys later.